How do I adjust the belt deflection, and why is that important? Well, I'll tell you. Proper belt deflection means your sled won't be feeling like it's starting out in second gear or third gear, sluggish. And it measures the amount of slack in the belt between the two clutches that you can move the belt up and down, namely down, in the measurement process that we'll get to in just a little bit. And it's done by turning this metal ring on the outside of the secondary clutch. You loosen up the 3 bolts. I know this one only has 2, one fell out or something, but I've got another clutch I can grab a bolt from. So how does this all work? Well, stamped into that metal ring are 3 ramps, and underneath those ramps are metal pins. And those pins push against the other half of the secondary to open it up for a new belt when you turn the ring clockwise. When you rotate the ring thing counterclockwise, it allows those pins to slide back towards you, and the two halves come together a little closer, and that'll take up some of the slack as the belt wears. And when it gets to the point where you can't adjust anymore and the belt is outside of proper deflection specs, it's time to replace the belt. So prop up the back end of your sled off the ground so the track isn't touching. Do it safely so it doesn't come down and destroy something. And we'll get to adjusting the belt deflection. All right, because I don't have a lot handy, I've got this giant 4-foot level for my straight edge. All right, and this yardstick. So we set this across the belt up top here. We don't want to push down on it. We just want to rest it on here. Might have to push down a little bit on the primary clutch, though, to get that to flatten out. There, that looks about right. So now we push down on the middle between the 2 clutches on the belt and see if we can get an idea of how much deflection we have without making a horrible mess here. Okay, here we go. And it looks like we're about 1.5 inches. And what I saw online is good numbers to go by is 3/4 of an inch to 1.25 inches. So I'm over that by 1/4 of an inch. So because this belt has so much deflection in it, play in it, I'm gonna take a gamble here and go all the way to worn belt position on this, which would be fully counterclockwise. Turn it counterclockwise when we have a worn belt. So I'm gonna go all the way. That's gonna allow the pins to come into these ramps, so they'll move back. This sheave will move back once the sled idles down, when the clutch rolls to a stop, and the belt will ride a little bit higher, take up some of this extra slack here. So let's go full worn belt mode and see what that gives us for numbers. If we're within 3/4 to 1.25, that's gonna have to be good enough. And for some reason, this belt will not be able to go any better than that once it starts to wear. So let's give it a go and see where we end up. Okay, we've got our straight edge, pushing it down on the primary here. Turn this around so we can see it, see the numbers up close. And we're at about 1 inch right there. Yeah, to the bottom of the straight edge there, it's 1 inch. So we're between 3/4 and 1.25 inches, right in the middle. So maybe the clutches don't match. Maybe the belt is a little bit longer of a circumference for this setup than it should be. I won't be able to adjust it once the belt starts to wear and get thinner. I'm not going to be able to take up the deflection slack like I just did. And as you can see, it's kind of sticking up over the secondary a little bit. Some say, oh, you want to adjust your shims or your ring or whatever till the belt's at about 1/8 of an inch above the secondary. Well, that might be, you know, a ballpark adjustment, but putting the straight edge on and measuring, that's how you get it even better, more spot on. Okay? Looks to me like it's snowing. All right, time to go for a ride.